Rebecca, congratulations. I know that you have just received the Teaching Award of the Faculty of Humanities. Could you share with us your teaching philosophy?
Thank you, Dr. Tong. My philosophy of teaching has evolved throughout my 20 years teaching experience. As I reflect on my beliefs regarding teaching and learning, I found that my mission as a teacher is twofold: to spark learner enthusiasm for learning and to provide a strong foundation for independent lifelong learning. I strongly believe that learning should be as fun as possible for everyone involved. The instructor should enjoy the process of teaching and should teach in such a way that students enjoy the process of learning. I hope to convey excitement and enthusiasm in every class section. I realize that not everyone will develop the same level of appreciation of knowledge, linguistics, or phonology that I have, but I insist on trying. I design every class section to be factual, informative, and yet still enjoyable for students. I'm always looking for teachable moments such as active learning exercise, demonstration, discussion, or funny videos, funny games. More importantly, I have discovered that by sharing my passion for teaching and learning, teaching with clarity, passion, enthusiasm effectively impacts learners, ultimately connecting them to their passion and lifelong learning. When reading my end of semester evaluations, it seems that my students perceive the practice related to these goals on my part. Students consistently comment that the class environment is comfortable, that I'm genuinely interested in their learning and in them as people, and that the class activities, for example, pronunciation games, tongue twisters, bingo games, jazz chants, rap, rhythm dominoes are helpful. I usually try to include a couple of active learning activities in each tutorial section. I try to incorporate some discussion in every class. Former students have told me that these active learning methods stay with me or stay with them after the class, which attests to the effectiveness of such activities in promoting independent and lifelong learning, even after the conclusion of the class.
What are the most innovative aspects of your teaching? How do you help students learn better after class? Have you designed your self-assessed learning materials?
In reviewing my classroom activities over the past years, the most innovative aspects of my teaching is in using independent research as a learning strategy. I led a TDG project with my team members from 2012 to 2014, entitled A Corpus-Based Online Pronunciation Learning System, the pedagogical application of a spoken corpus on improving Hong Kong mainland students' English pronunciation. In this project, we constructed one accessible corpus-based pronunciation learning website, which provide a spoken data, spoken corpus of the English of Hong Kong and mainland Chinese students, a wide range of resources and exercise for pronunciation learning and teaching, and a beginner's manuals for acoustic phonetics research that uses Pratt computer software. This outcome has been integrated into my teaching at both the undergrad and the postgraduate level. For example, in my Year 1 phonology course, students were encouraged to use the online pronunciation website that our team created to conduct their 10-week self-assessed learning activities and to prepare reflective reports with their pronunciation learning portfolios. In PGDE PDS phonology class, students were required to collect sound samples, research the first language phonology and its impacts on second language, and share their knowledge of specific speech communities with the class. The recommended spoken corpus was one of the sources for them to use in collecting and analyzing the authentic data. In my MAT-SO class, I conducted a workshop on Pratt for students to gain hands-on experience. This way, they can acquire advanced research skills to manipulate acoustic data by consulting with the Pratt Beginner's Manual. A number of students make use of the data in the spoken corpus to develop their term papers this past semester. It broadened the students' view of how phonetic pronunciation research should be carried out or could be carried out, not only from the perspectives of speech perception and production, but also from those of acoustic signals and visual evidence. This series of activities provide multiple opportunities for students to step into the role of a researcher within a teaching context and allow for more independent study.
We all know that communication is very important for learning. So how do you communicate or interact with your students in order to facilitate their learning?
I'm available for student consultation both through formal arrangement and by individual request. I have been actively involved in the academic advising system, running the program for Year 1 BA LS students for 3 years, as well as Year 1 BA EL students for 1 year. I'm currently serving as the Year 3 coordinator. So I build up Facebook groups to both facilitate interaction between the students and myself and to offer them immediate responses and resolve issues quickly. I have committed myself to using this tool on a daily basis, and I'm making the effort to bring all of us together. In class, my role as facilitator, coupled with my belief that students learn best when they are actively constructing their knowledge, allows me to challenge students through different strategies. I often take a neutral stance on a topic or play devil's advocate, which encourages students to ask the questions that they may not be so keen to ask, let alone answer. As the facilitator, rather than the authority, I can ask the provocative questions about accents or pronunciation problems in different ethnic groups, about gender differences, and about localization and globalization of language. I feel very comfortable saying, "I don't know," to my students, and then offering the gap in our knowledge as a topic for future discussion. Let's find out after the class, or let's find out next time. The classroom space becomes a place where students understand that regardless of my own positions on specific topics, the discussion is about exploration and learning, not just about the right answer for the test.
We are all lifelong learners. Could you share with us how you self-improve your teaching?
Because I want to improve my teaching, I have participated in a variety of development activities to continue growing as a teacher. I have attended workshops and sharing sections for instructors on managing the classroom, leading a discussion, creating classroom goals and assessing progress, preparing a learning teaching portfolios, and engaging students. On different occasions, I have both formally and informally observed my colleagues in their own classroom as part of my own ongoing reflection on the development of teaching practice. Over the past 3 years of formal classroom observation, I have invited 4 colleagues to observe and give comments on my BA B.Ed Introduction to Phonetics and Phonology courses and BA B.Ed Honors projects. My colleagues will give me some comments, suggestions, which have helped me to raise my teaching to a higher standard. And I was also invited to make peer observation by 3 other colleagues. Through this ongoing discussion with colleagues, I regularly seek and offer feedback in an effort to enhance my professional skills and knowledge.